Hello sports fans, and welcome to the second video of Demo Derby Smashdown, the Demolition Derby game from Play.com. If you haven't seen the first video, the link is here, but that's where I made the announcement that we are going to be giving away a free copy of Demo Derby Smashdown. Now every Sunday, well, not yesterday, because I wasn't able to record a video, but every week we're going to have a Demolition Derby Smashdown video where we dive deeper into the game leading up to a Demolition Derby on Labor Day. In that Demolition Derby, I will be giving away a copy of the game to the winner of that derby. So far we've got 11 entrants into the competition, but there's still time to get entered. If you'd like to enter, send me an email at this email right here, and I'll keep it up during the entire video, of your name, your mailing address, and whatever nickname you would like. Get that to me by August 31st in order to be entered, and then on Labor Day we will have the Demolition Derby. But enough talking, let's go down to the arena and see what we're going to do tonight. So tonight we're going to have a 12-car Demolition Derby. Now if you remember last time in the video I had the orange chips laying off to the side and then I didn't use them. Well, that was because I forgot about the rule that whenever a internal damage is either given or received, the car that received that damage gets a chip on one of its 6 attacks here. Once that happens, they cannot use that attack. So this time we're going to be playing by the right rules. And we're going to be using just the basic options, not the additional options. So there won't be a sandbagging penalty, no repairs, and a couple of the other different things. It's just straight up, car in the column picks a target, hits them, and then we go on to the next car until we get through all 12 cars and have a last man standing. Tonight we've got Chuck Homan in a 68 Oracle Custom Sedan. We have Dwayne the Storm Drain in a 67 Wanderer sedan, and a 64 Lexus sedan Brugum is Fears. Where is he here? Emmett Fears. And then in a 77 Phoenix Luxury Coupe is Hatch, which is Fred Hatch. And a 68 Crest sedan, we've got Barbie Jane Sales, and a 68 Gazelle Station Wagon is Turner Gallo. In a 1960 Mayflower Coupe is, find him here, Rick Mashburn. In a 76 Stoic Family Sedan will be Don Swindle. In a 73 Colossus Coupe will be Tammy Banta. In a 63 Normandy Sedan will be Travis Botzel. In a 67 Pilgrim Sedan will be Tootsie Wingles. And then in a 69 Chieftain Coupe will be Donna Moats. So hopefully we see everything here on the table. It looks like we can. I want to go ahead and get as much action in as we could. But let's go ahead and start out with Homan. And that will be Chuck Homan. So we have a 2-2, which is a XO exclamation point question mark. So he hits all of them. I got my little cheat sheet down here. So he delivers an external damage, receives an external damage, delivers an exclamation point internal, and a question mark internal against a car with the least amount of damage. Well, none of them have any damage, so we're going to let the dice decide who it is, and that'll be on Tammy Hatch. So he will deliver a X to Tammy, and then an exclamation point, an internal damage. Homan will receive an external damage of his own, and then an internal damage of his own. Now, since he delivered an internal damage to Hatch, Hatch loses one of her attacks, or his attacks, Jimmy Fred Hatch. So he loses attack 2. And then Homan also lost an attack because of an internal damage, and he lost 5. So once they get that orange chip, they can no longer use that attack. So if they roll, if Hatch comes up and rolls a 2, he can't use it. His turn is over. That's just kind of like that hit knocked something out of his car and it lost certain ability. So we're going to move on to Dwayne Drain for his first attack. He got a 5-5, which is a skid. So check and see here. All drivers are C drivers. 3, he suffered external damage to his own car on that. So now we move on to Fears, which is Emmett Fears. 6-1. So that'll be a XXX star. So 3 external damages to a car with the least amount of external damage. And that is going to be, or least, yeah, amount of external damage. These 3 all have 1 external damage. So we'll roll to see who it is. 1, 2, 3. And he just delivered a big shot to Drain. Drain's already got 4 external damage. 7 external damage knocks a car out. 6 internal damage. So now we move on to Jimmy Fred Hatch. 4-6. So that's going to be a car chart. And he has 1 external damage. So we look at the 1 column. 1. So he delivers an external damage to anyone he wants. And he's going to go ahead and, well, we'll go ahead and roll for it. 1. That's going to be to Homan. So their round is done. We move on to the middle round. We'll start with Barbie Jane Sales. 3-1. XO Burst. So all of them are, XO is external delivered, O is, or X is external delivered, O is external to her own car, and she's going to choose Swindle to hit. And the burst is attack the car with the most amount of external damage, but since everyone was clean, nothing happened. We go to Turner Gallo. 5-4 is an XO exclamation point question mark star. So he delivers external and internal, and he receives an external internal of his own against car with the least amount of external damage. And that is going to be Mashburn. So that is going to be a 5-4. He delivers an X and a exclamation point to Mashburn. Mashburn will lose a quality, and Gallo caused an external and an internal damage of his own. So he is going to lose a quality. He loses 3, his shotgun blast move, and then Mashburn loses 6, wherever he's at. Rick Mashburn loses his waffle iron. So now it's Mashburn's turn. And he rolls a 6-5. Since his 6 is covered up, he is unable to do anything. And we move on to Swindle. Don Swindle. 1-2 is an OO exclamation point exclamation point. So he delivers against Star, the car with the least amount of external damage. That is going to be, he's just going to choose, that'll be Mashburn. So Swindle, he got 2 O's on his own, but he delivered 2 internal to Mashburn. Mashburn now has 3 qualities he cannot use, so he loses 5 and 1. If he would have got another chip on one he already had, then the way I understand it is another chip gets added to that column and then he loses another internal point. So it's kind of like a double. But Rick Mashburn's already in big trouble here as we go to Banta. Tammy Banta. 6-5 is a skid. She's a C. 5. Banta is going to stall. So Banta stalls. Not a good start here in the first minute. We go to Baltzel. 3-6 is a car. Car chart. They got no damage. So 2, she delivers an X against Wingles. So now Wingles is up. 21. Tootsie Wingles. 2-1 is an XX exclamation point star. So that is going to be the car with the least amount of external damage. So that could be any of them. So we'll roll. It'll be on 1, 2, 3. It'll be on Baltzell. So it delivers X, X. And then Tootsie Wingles suffered an internal damage to himself. So let's see what quality he loses. He loses 3, his frame shot. And then we go to Tanner Motes, Donna Motes for their first turn. 2-4 is an X exclamation point star. So external delivered and internal delivered to the car with the least amount of external damage. That is going to be Banta. So that's going to be a big hit, as that's an external and an internal. And Banta will lose 4. All right, so the first round of action is underway, or is completed. So now we go through and we shuffle everything up and get ready for minute 2. All right, now we are in our second minute of action. We got Hatch, Fears, Wingles, Swindle, Sales, Motes, Gallo, Banta, Baltzell, Drain, Mashburn, Homan. Rick Mashburn is in a tough spot right now. Banta is stalled. Those look to be kind of the 2 worst cars right now, as Banta can't do anything unless they install. But we'll start with Hatch, who is Jimmy Fred Hatch. 6-2 is an X exclamation point burst. So that'll be an external, internal delivered against car with the most amount of external damage. That'll be Swindle. So X exclamation exclamation. Swindle will lose an attack. That will be, where is he here? Don Swindle loses 4. That's not a bad one to lose, as his 1 through 4 is no damage. Now we move on to Emmett Fears. Still has a clean car, 6-6. Car chart, 0 damage. He delivers a X to a person of his choosing, and it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 damage to Hatch. We move on to Wingles now. 4-5 is a skid. They're a C driver. 6. We go to unusual results. 61, Showdown, I think. Yes. Showdown. Winner increases driver grade, loser decreases driver grade. So with a Showdown, Wingles is doing the Showdown, but whoever she chooses can have the option of escaping, not participating. So we'll have Wingles is a C driver, and she is going to choose Swindle to go after. Now, if Wingles wins, they become a B driver. Swindle would become a D. However, if Wingles loses, she becomes a D, he becomes a B. So, and this is kind of like, this could help give a little bit of an advantage as the action goes on. But we're going to go ahead and do it. They're going to go after Wingles because it's C to C. Wingles needs a 11 through 46 in order to win. Just gets a 46. So Wingles is going to become a B, and Swindle is going to become a D. So Wingles wins that Showdown. Like I said, they have the option of skip, but there's no fun in that. And it's taken a little bit longer than it usually does to play, just because I'm trying to talk everything out. But once you get into the swing of things and you start playing on your own and really not worrying about explaining everything, it goes very fast. So don't let me talking and everything deter you. Don Swindle is up next. Just lost that Showdown. 6-2 X exclamation point to a car of their choice. Now playing advanced options, that we do have a payback option. Whereas since Wingles just hit Swindle, Swindle could go after Wingles. But, and even though, like say we had a 2-2 where they had a burst symbol where they would attack the car with the most amount of damage, if they wanted to do payback, then they could disregard that targeting factor and go after the person that just hit them. But this is X exclamation point to a car they're choosing. It's going to be against Hatch. So it's going to be an X and Hatch with 2 more internal damage points, or internal damage. So he hits another 2. So that's another internal. And then 3. So Hatch has 3 external and 4 internal. Fears is still clean. Wingles with 1 each. Swindle with 4 external, 2 internal. So now we go on to the second column here, and we start with sales. Barbie Jane sales. 4-2 is a no damage. So they hit a car and didn't really get all of it. We go to Moats, who is a 6-2. That's an O burst. So it attacks the car with the most amount of external damage, but it doesn't matter because they suffered an external of their own. We'll go to Gallo now, wherever he is. Turner Gallo, 5-1 is XO exclamation exclamation car of their choosing. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to go against sales. That's going to be an X, Gallo with an O, and then exclamation, exclamation. So 2 for Barbie Jane sales. So she loses 2 and 6. Next we go to Banta. Whoa. 55, or Banta was stalled. So we roll 1 die before the turn. On any odd die result, car stays stalled, and it will stay stalled. So now we go to Baltzell, and even though they're stalled, they can still get hit. They just can't stay stalled and do anything. So now we go to column 3, Baltzell. 3-6 is a car chart. They have 2 external damage. 1 delivers an external. 2 drain. Drain with 5 external now. 2 more and he will be out. Now we go to Drain's turn. 2-3 is just 1 external against 1, 2, 3 to Baltzell. So gives 1 right back to Baltzell as we go to Mashburn. Rick Mashburn in trouble here. 6-2 and does not do anything because 6 is covered up. Now we go to Homan. Chuck Homan. 2-2. Ooh, 3 external damage. Car of his choosing. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to deliver it to Drain. And Drain is knocked out as Homan with a big shot there. We are down to 11 cars after 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and shuffle these back up and send them right back out there. The reasoning for the shuffling is kind of like, you know, cars were all moving around after they delivered their hits and jockeying for position, and then shuffling into the different columns just kind of gives them new targets to attack as they make their way around the arena. So that's the reason for the shuffling. So we are down to 11 cars now. Now we got Swindle, Mashburn, Sales, and Hatch starting out. Swindle is right here. 2-4 XO burst. So that's an external delivered, external taken. Against car with the most amount of external damage will be Hatch. That's going to be XO. Oops. So Swindle now with 5 external. Hatch with 4 external. Now we go to Mashburn. 6-1, can't do anything. He is covered up. Sales. 5-6, that is a car chart, and that's a 2-6. We go to unusual results. 63. Coolant hose burst. Engine light goes on for sail. So sail's engine is starting to sputter here. And we'll turn her over and then turn Banta over because they're stalled. So that just reminds us whenever we come to them, we have something to check. Here is Jimmy Fred Hatch. 2-2, can't do anything. We go to Wingles. 3-2, can't do anything. That's covered up. Gallo. 3-4, can't do anything. Homan. 1-1, X, exclamation point, burst. Car with the most amount of damage. That's going to attack Gallo. They've got 2 external. So 1-1 is an X external and then delivers 2 internal to Gallo. So Gallo will lose. Oh, gets another external. And 5. So Gallo starting to run out of time here. As we go to Moats. Donna Moats, still great looking car. 3-5 is Skid. She's a C. 2, nothing. So now we go to Tammy Banta, who is stalled. See, she is still stalled. So she stays down. Now we go to Fears. Emmett Fears, who still does not have any damage. 5-5, that is a Skid. C2, no damage. Baltzell, no internal damage. 4-3, and that is no damage there. So not a whole lot of action that round. As we go to, I believe, minute 4. Shuffle them back up now. I think I got some of my cards flipped over that shouldn't be. So just with the engine problem for Barbie Jane Sale, it says major mechanical failure is about to occur. Before every turn, roll 1 die. A die roll of 1 or 6 indicates that the car has died and is out of the event. On any other die roll, the car is still running and the driver may take his turn. So Barbie Jane Sales had that coolant leak. So if she does not roll, if she rolls a 1 or a 6, then she will be out of the event. Let's go ahead and get minute 4 underway. And we start out with Turner Gallo. 4-5, Skid. C car delivers an external against 1, 2, 3, 4 against Swindle. Swindle has 6 external damage now, just about out of this race. As Don Swindle is up next, 6-6, that's a car. They've got 6 external damage. A 1 through 3 is a stall. 4-5 is engine. 6 is rare or unusual. And Swindle has just stalled. So now we go to Homan. 6-3 delivers an external. Can it get Swindle out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's going to attack Gallo. And now we look at Banta. Banta needs an even to get going again and still does not. So Banta still stalled out, trying to get it turned over. We go up to Travis Baltzel. Still has a fairly clean car, no internal damage. 1-6, that's a car. 0, Baltzel is 3 external damage. Baltzel stalls. So we'll turn Baltzel over and we'll go to Mashburn. It's 3 internal damage, won't do anything again. Mashburn has not been able to attack anyone as we come up to Sales. 1 through 6, or 1 or 6 out of the event. 1, Sales is out. Engine finally gave out on her after that coolant hose leak. And we go to Hatch, as we are down to 10 cars now. 1, 2, ooh, 3 external damage. Who's it going to be up against though? 1, 2, 3. That's going to be against Baltzel. 1, 2, 3. Baltzel has 6 external, just about out of it. Now for the third group, we go to Tootsie Wingles. 5-1 is an XO exclamation burst. So car with the most amount of external damage, that's going to be Moats. If it was a star, then they could have attacked Fears for the first time, but Moats is it. This is external to Wingles, and then an exclamation point to Moats. So Moats loses an attack, and she will lose the rope-a-dope. We go to Moats now. 5-5 is a skid, C driver, 4, and she will hit a car but not deliver any damage, but take damage of her own. Next we have Fears, who is fearless, still pristine car out there, 3-3, no damage. So minute 4 is over as we are down to 10 drivers now. All right, Donna Moats will start out minute 5, 2, 3 as an XO burst. That'll be up against Swindle has 6 external. We're looking at the car with the most amount of damage. That will be a Swindle. So external delivered to Swindle. Moats takes on an external, and that will knock Moats or Swindle out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 external. So Dawn Swindle has just been knocked out. As we're down to 9 cars now. Next up will be Emmett Fears. 1-4 is an X exclamation point star. So that's against car with the least amount of external damage. Both of them have 4. We're going to go with 1, 2, 3. It'll be against Hatch. So 1-4 is an X delivered. Another internal for Hatch. That is 5. One more internal for him, and he will be knocked out. If it was a 2, he would be out. But Hatch up now, living on the edge. You got 5 external, but 5 internal. He is just, his car is sputtering around there. 1-5 skid. He's a C driver. 3, and that hit does nothing but damage himself, as now he has 6 external. We go to Chuck Homan here in minute 5. 3-4 is an O. That'll be an external to himself, and he attacked the car with the least amount of external damage. So he went after Wingles and ended up damaging himself. Now we go to Wingles. 1-4 is an X. So that's a car targeting the car with the least amount of external damage. Baltzel has 6, but Wingles is going after Homan, and that will be 1 external. As now it is Travis Baltzel who is stalled, and he gets unstalled, so he is able to get going again, but may not want to. 1 more external to himself, and he is out. 6-1, ooh, is an external to the car with the most amount of external damage. That'll be Homan. So an external, and then 6-1 is an internal delivered as well. So Homan loses attack number 4. And we go to the third column here as we come up to Banta. Finally gets unstalled. Car is moving around the track once again. 5-4 is an ooh XO exclamation question to the car with the least amount of external damage. That'll be Mashburn. So that's going to be an external for Mashburn. See here, 5-4. A exclamation to Mashburn. So Mashburn loses or gains another internal. Banta with an external of their own and a question mark of their own internal. So we'll roll for Mashburn first. 4. Still going. And then we roll for Banta. Loses 5. So Mashburn doesn't. He's losing a lot, but he's still staying in it as we go to Turner Gallo. 5-6 is a car. 4 damage. 5 engine problems for Banta or for Gallo. as Gallo is just about out of this thing. And we go to Rick Mashburn, 1-1, unable to do anything. So minute 5 is done now. Gallo has one shot to get his car going. If not, then he will be out, as we are down to 9 now as we head to minute 6. Minute 6 about to get underway, and we have Hatch starting off 6-3. That's 2 external delivered, 1 external received, and that will knock Hatch out. But before he does, though, he delivers 2 external to a car with the least amount of external damage. That would be Mashburn. But Hatch, minute 6, just got his 7th external damage. Hatch is out the competition. We go to Chuck Homan, 4-6, can't do anything. Mashburn, 3-1, he can. X, he delivers an external but receives an internal. That is not good, as he delivers an external to Homan. Homan now with his 6th external. Mashburn receives an internal, and 5, he gets double. Mashburn knocked out, as he just about knocked Homan out, but ended up knocking himself out in the process, killing his car. As we go to Banta. All right, Tammy Banta finally moving around, won't do anything. We go to Baltzell, still no internal damage. 2-3, XO, exclamation, exclamation, burst. So burst is the car with the most amount of external damage. That will be Gallo. And 2-3 is an X, exclamation. So Gallo loses another internal, or another attack. And then Baltzell with an O just knocked himself out. And see, 2-3 is an XO. So Gallo actually got 2 exclamation, right? So he had 1, 2, 3, 4. So he delivered 2 exclamation. So Baltzell just knocked out Gallo, but knocked himself out in the process. Gallo with his 6th external point. Baltzell with his 7th external point. 6 internal for Gallo, 7 for Baltzell, both of them knocked out, as we are now down to 5, and we go to Donna Moats. 4-3, no damage. Fears, 2-4, is he just takes his first external damage as he went after Wingles and ended up hurting himself. So we go to Tootsie Wingles now. 2-3 is an XO star. Star is a car with the least amount of external damage. That is Fears. So delivers an external, takes an external. And after 6 minutes, we are down to 5 cars. Donna Moats starting out minute 7, 1-6. That's car problem, or car chart. We go to 4, and Donna Moats with engine problems. As we go now to Tammy Banta, 5-2, won't do anything. Wingles, 4-3 is an XO against car with the most amount of external damage. So that's going to be Moats. So XO for Wingles. Now we go to Homan. 2-2 is 3 external points against Fears. Fears now with 5, as Fears is going to go after Homan. 5-3, delivers 2 of his own, knocks out Homan. Homan is gone. But 5-3 suffered an internal, Fears suffered an internal damage of his own and loses attack number 2. So big hit there by Fears, knocks out Homan and just takes on internal damage of his own. So we are now down to 5. Donna Moats, Tootsie Wingles, Emmett Fears, and Tammy Banta. Banta was stalled out there for a long time, able to get going and still in it as Moats is turned over. Banta, the better looking car out there. 4-3 won't do anything. Wingles. 5-1 XO exclamation burst. Burst is the car with the most amount of external damage. Moats has 5. Fears has 5. So let's see here. 5-1. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's attack on Fears. So 5-4 is an external to Fears. Fears now with 6. Wingles takes an external of her own. And 5-4 XO delivers an internal to Fears. So Fears loses. Oh, number 2 again. So they get 1 more internal damage. As we check out Donna Moats now, trying to see if she can get that car going, and she does. Donna Moats gets the car moving again. 6-4 is an O star, but that is an external to her own. She is at 6. 1 more and she is done. Fears with 6. 1 more, they're done. Wingles with 5. Banta just with 2 as Fears comes up now. 5-4 XO exclamation question. So he's going to end up getting knocked out. But they are attacking the car with the least amount of external damage. So that is Banta. So Fears will deliver an X and an exclamation point. So Banta will lose another quality. We'll go ahead and roll for that now. 5. Ooh, another external for her. As it was 5-4. And then Fears will take an external damage and an internal damage. But Fears just knocked himself out. Kamikazed himself right out of the race as we are now down to 3. Banta, Wingles, and Moats. If you consider Tootsie a female name, 3 females are left in here. Of course, nothing against female drivers, but I could say, they're pretty good at this type of arena, the destruction arena. But just kidding, ladies. Tama Banta is up next for, I think, minute 8. 2-3. Ooh, 2 external delivered and external of her own against car with the least amount of external damage. That is Wingles. That's going to be 2-3, so 2 X's. Wingles is out. Donna with an external of her own, or a Banta with an external of their own. So Wingles gone. We are down to 2. Moats is 5-1. 3-2 won't do anything. As we'll go ahead and shuffle up here. Minute 10, I believe. Banta, first shot. 2-5, skid. She's a C. 2, won't do anything. Moats, 5-1, delivers 2 external. Banta now a 6 external. Moats with 6 external. Next external hit will win it. Banta, 2-5, skid. C driver, 1, delivers an external. Moats is gone. And your winner for tonight is Tama Banta. So minute 10 or 11, Tama Banta knocks out Donna Moats. Great derby there. Hey guys, if you want to get entered into the contest to win your own version of this game, make sure you send an email to the email address above with your name, mailing address, and whatever nickname you would like. Currently we've got 11 entries. It would be nice if I could get around 20 and then hold 10 and 10, take 5 from each one, have a repair session, and then have the 10 finals. But we'll see what we got. Again, this game goes a lot faster than how I played it. Like I said, I'm trying to explain stuff as I go along and kind of let everyone know what's going on and why you do what you do. So currently at 45-minute video, but I'm going to try to cut as much of it out as I can. But again, guys, 11 minutes of game, in-game action, and so 11-minute derby is about right. 12 cars and 11 down. So hey guys, if you like this video, please, I would ask that you please like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Again, guys, make sure you're looking up, sending an email to the address above, and let's go ahead and get entered and have a great derby for Labor Day. But until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a great night.